A situation is only unsafe when you're not emotionally stable. When you're emotionally unstable, that's when situations around you start to be unsafe. There are no safe places outside of yourself. The only safe places are within the core of you. If you are not your own safe place, if your soul being in your own body, going around the world, feels unsafe within your own home, your body, then you have a problem. We need to stop buying into what society's telling us. We do. Seriously. Think about it. A space is only unsafe when you don't know how to navigate your world in a confident way. When you are uncomfortable in your being, you don't know who you are, you don't know how to act and how to absorb the information around you without letting it affect you, that you can collect the data without actually absorbing it and letting it mold you, then that means you have a problem. You are an emotionally unstable person if you're not able to be safe in the world when there is no actual physical danger for you. If you put yourself in situations where you are constantly faced with individuals that are mistreating you, then that's another thing. Then there is emotionally feeling unsafe, but that's still you making the decision to continue being in that environment. And I don't want to hear anything about family and not having a choice. I left my home when I was 16 because I was in an unsafe, physically, emotionally, and psychologically unsafe space. At 16, I figured out on my own my shit, continued school, and went and got out of that situation. It is only unsafe if you yourself are not safe in your own body. When we are young, we don't know much. We're learning about the world. We lack confidence in ourselves. If you are a grown-ass adult and you're past the age of 25, when your prefrontal cortex is supposed to have finished developing, then you are the issue. Stop telling other people they're not safe for you. If you continue to talk to these people, you are the issue. You are the one that's putting yourself in that situation. You are the one that is not able to deal with your environment. You are the one that is allowing yourself to get overwhelmed and unable to sift through your own feelings and the thoughts that are coming up in your head. Fucking own it. Stop putting it on everyone else that they're not creating a safe space for you. No one else has to care about not saying the truth because you feel unsafe. Think about it. Get your shit together. We should be able to speak without having to worry that we're going to offend other people. We can speak the truth as long as it comes from a well-intentioned place and we're open to hearing something back, feedback. We're open to hearing where we fall short in the choices of words that we're making. But we shouldn't fear. We shouldn't fear just speaking. Words shouldn't be enough to hurt someone to the point where they get canceled or they're labeled as homophobic, transphobic, whatever else you want, just because they're speaking words. We all have opinions and thoughts. We are a byproduct of our culture. We were raised in a certain culture and the culture is currently changing. So I get it. There's people that need to start learning to accept others and their choices and their ways of life. But we shouldn't be trying to create fear within them. That's not how we evolve. That's not how you create a proper evolution. Everyone should be able to speak up. If you feel unhappy because your whole life you've been put in a box and you've been told how you're supposed to be, and now you want out of this box, and there's an opportunity for you to be able to express yourself, to feel important in whatever way you feel you want to live your life however you want to, but then to tell other people how they should live their life and how they should accept and how they should speak and how they are, and you label them whatever you want, you are doing the same thing, that a process that you have rejected in your own life, you are now doing it to someone else. Think about that. Ironically, the things we often condemn in other people, we end up doing it ourselves. The processes that we condemned or we realize are wrong, we end up doing the same thing. If you look at society, we started to realize that it's not fair. Everyone shouldn't just be allowed to speak crap and let other people feeling like shit because of their words or their judgment. We've also understood that if people want to live a certain way, what they want to do in the bedroom when they're in their house, when they want to go out into the world and stage themselves and present themselves in a certain way and be in their ego and allow their ego to play, let them be. Let them do whatever they want. But society today has gone from one extreme to the other. We talk about being woke, and woke individuals are self-righteous about how woke they are and how everyone else is doing it wrong, and you can't speak up and you can't say anything. You're doing exactly the same thing that you've condemned other people of doing. Other people used to speak up about how they didn't like certain things or certain ways that people are and dress. And now you do the same thing. Hypocrisy is the great plague of our times. Hypocrisy is the worst possible trait that anyone can do. If you're gonna preach one thing, make sure you're consistent and make sure that you yourself are actually holding true to what you preach. You know what I hate? Those dickheads that think that they are entitled to going wherever they need to go faster than everyone else. The ones who will see a lineup of maybe 5 or 6, maybe even 10 cars, and will decide to cut on the right side and go all the way to the front to then insert themselves. And then they get pissed off when you don't let them in. Are you serious? The fuck? Why do you think your 30 seconds of time is worth more than someone else's 10 minutes? I don't get it.